Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Myself Pratham, and in today's video we are going to build a modern authentication system. So where we will send the OTP to your registered email address, and once the OTP is done the account will be created. And same for the secure login, we have again choose to go up with the real-time OTP, and the OTP will be sent to your email and it will be login. So for this we are using HTML, CSS, JavaScript for the front end, and server.js for the backend, that is Node.js. So when you run the code, it will be running in the React as a React app, but we are using the basic HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and for the backend we are using Node.js. So let's see the demo how it works. So I'm giving the name, username, devcrafted.lbd at gmail.com, and we have to create a password. So you can see how the animation works. So once this is done, if you click on continue for verification, an OTP will be sent to your registered email. So you have to open your email and it will get this beautiful template in your email, which is done with HTML format. So I'll show you the code. So the OTP is 987268. So enter this 987268. Suppose let's try giving a wrong OTP. I'll give, instead of 7 I'll give 6. So you can see once I click on verify OTP, invalid OTP. Suppose if it is correct it will work, otherwise it won't. So let's enter the valid OTP, that is 987268. 7268. And also the OTP which has been generated will get expired within 2 minutes, so be careful of that. Once it is done, we'll get this tick mark and complete registration. Once the registration is completed, you will be redirected to the login page, so you can sign up with your password, and again an OTP will be sent to the same email. Once, so this time there is no email address, so directly it will take from the registration thing and it will give you the OTP 347033. So let's enter this 347033. Sign in. Once this is sign in is done, you can see a thing called welcome Pratham, you have successfully logged in to your account. So this is what we are building. So we have the 3D animated background images that is moving, and we have the grid also shaking in the background, and we have the stunning CSS made. So let's go with it. This is what we are creating. So for that, the requirements I'll tell you. So you have to come here. So I have already created the files here, so I'll just show you what needs to be done. I'll open another window. What you have to do is just come here and create an empty folder. Just click on new project, name something as p1, select folder. So choose an empty folder and open this terminal, open as new terminal. So when you come to a new terminal, I'll just yeah. So you have to make a directory named modern auth system. So modern auth system, make a directory. Once the directory is done, change the directory to modern auth system, then initialize it npm init y. Yes, it is done. Then we have to install the packages. So I'll give you what needs to be installed. Type this npm install express node mailer cores, express late remit, and .env. So once this is done, we have to install the save dev node1. So install this npm install save dev node1. So once this is done, you will get a structure like this. And inside this, create a files like this. So once this is done, I'll close this. I have already create 5 files, that is .env and index.html, script.js, server.js and style.js. Yes, inside this file just create this file 1 2 3 4 5. There will be 5 files. Okay, let's begin with .env file. So in the .env files, I am defining the port as 3000. I am in the node environment. This is for development purpose, so I am defining as development. Suppose if you are going with the production purpose, you can define as production. Email user devcrafted.lbd@gmail.com. Here you have to enter your email. This is the email which will send the OTP. So you can see from where it has come. Suppose if I open this from modern auto system dev crafted lbd, so this is the mail where it will trigger the OTP to people. Okay, define this email user is equal to this, and app password I have already shown you here. So in my YouTube channel, if you go, you can find this Gmail app password generator. So how to generate the app password for your SMTP. So sending an OTP, we have to generate the app password. There is a specific procedure and we are going with that. So I've already helped there, so you can view that and you can paste that here. So I am not revealing my own app password here as of now, so I'll keep this as blank. So once this is done, let's start with index.html. So here first thing is we have to go with creating the basic HTML structure. So I have created the HTML structure, and here I am using the fonts as CSS2 family inter, and the weight at 300, 400, 500, 600. I have selected that, and the family is JetBrains, and even for that I have given the selected the weights. This is the style sheet, and also I have linked my style sheet which I will be coding it here. So I have also linked that to my device, and I have a viewport that will be visible for all the devices. So once the basic structure is done, we will go with next. So I have the div class. So this is my div class for background animation. So here we had some background animations. So for that we need to define it here. So what I'm doing, I'm defining it here. So this is the enhance background animations. For that animation type, define the code. So once the code is defined, next loading overlay. So we have loading overlay. Once the loading overlay is done, we'll start with sign up container. So I'm starting with the main container, that is sign up form. So I've closed the form tag, but I have not opened it. Now I will open the form tag as well. Just keep watching. So div class container, and I've defined the ID for class container. Then I'll be create and heading as create account, join our platform for secure authentication. Then as I mentioned, I'm opening the form tag, and I had already closed the tag, so I'm opening the form tag here with ID sign up form. Then I have full name, username, email address. Then I have telephone, that is optional. Then I have password and password matching. Once this is done, I'll move with next, that is button for submitting and continue for verification. Then if I already have an account, it should go for sign in page. So I've done with that. Then I'll close my div and I'll go with the OTP verification for sign up. Once you are when you click on that continue for verification, an OTP will be sent, and we'll have a HTML template for verifying the OTP. Then we have this. We have the timer for 2 minutes. Then we have verification, verify the code button. Then once the verification is done, we will get a success check mark. Then we will click on registration is completed. Then it will, if there is no OTP, we will have a button for resend OTP, and we will have a button for back to sign up. The same way we'll have HTML code for login page. This is welcome back, your account is securely. We'll show that, and we'll open a form tag. In the form tag we'll have username, password, and continue for verification. Once the continue for verification is done, it should open the OTP form page. So we'll have verification inside the login OTP container. So once that is done, we'll have the form for entering the OTP. Then the code will expire in 2 minutes. The count should start, and then we'll have a sign in button. Once the sign is done, the welcome page should be visible. So we'll have a code for welcome page, and this is done, and we'll connect our script.js. Suppose if you have done it in here, congratulations, our first step is done. You can just run this in your Chrome and see. Yes, this is working fine. Now what I'll do, I'll open my style.css. I have already defined my style.css. I will just keep on explaining. You can just copy this down. So first thing, I have defined the margin, padding and box border for the whole project. Then I have a root for the background, how it should look, and the surface warning error. If there is any success error, it should show in green. If there is error, it should show in red. Suppose if it is warning, it should show in yellow. I've made this thing, and then I have a body, then enhance background animations, geometric BG, then I have floating objects. So you can view when you open this. I had defined the three things, that is 1 and 2. I'll just reduce the size. You can see clearly there is 1, 2 and 3 object backgrounds. So for that I am coding it here, object 1, object 2 and orbit 3. So for this, then I had a grid background animation. So for that I'm coding the CSS. Then keyframes for float complex, and grid should be shaking. So for that grid move I have this grid moves. Then have main container, then enhance container, and form container before, and it should be hidden. And I have a header h2, and how the text should be there for the headers. Then this is p welcome. So what is this if you ask me? So this is the thing, this is p, this is the h to create account, this is join out. For that we are writing the code. So once this is done, so input styling, auth form, input groups, and input group input, we have an input group placeholder. So you can just pause the video and you can type it out. I am doing this because it will save your time as well as mine. So you can pause the video and you can copy this anytime. Then input group focus and input group valid, and I have input group invalid. So for that how it should look, I have given the code. Then enhanced password strength. So for the password strength, it was showing from red, green, blue to green. There was some animation showing up. So I have given the code for that. Then have, if the password matches, it should show in green as success, else it should show the error message. Then the OTP input group should be there. And then I have a option for entering the input for the OTP in each boxes. Then that should focus for that specific box where I am entering the OTP. And once if it is filled, the timer also, once if it is filled, it should show the success message. Then I have this timer for that OTP count. I have set to 2 minutes. I have the timer for sign up and login OTP container, both it should work the same. Then I have a submit button, enhance submit button, where it is like this. Okay, so here let me show you the built one. Is, you can see this is the thing. So you can see inside when I hover on it, there's a light passing. So for that I am writing the animation for that. It will work once the script also is completed. Then have a submit button before, and have a submit button not disabled, and disabled before active and disabled and register button, resend button for sending the OTP. Then before 2 minutes it should be disabled because it should not send a OTP until the 2 minutes is completed. So for that I have written the code. So then enhance successful animations. The check mark should come, the tick mark, so that should come with a circle, the tick mark once the registration is completed. So for that I'm writing the code here. Then you should show welcome page. Welcome page, for that what all we need, I'm writing the animations for that, the background color, and then spinner before, and we have modern spinner keyframes and enhance footer for that, where it should show the logout button. In the footer I have just kept the logout button in welcome page. So that is what kept here. So we have done this, we have finished with this. Then we will come for package.json. So you already have some contents in your package.json, just clear it out and paste this. So name as this, version, description, main is server.json, connect to this code. So then script and dev node-mon, we have already installed those packages, script, and in the keywords what and all we had installed the packages, I am using that here. Then author, if you can give your name here, and I have just left it empty. Then license, and copy the same thing, rest everything will be same because we have installed the same packages before. Once this is done, we will go with the next thing is script.js. So we will start with the script.js for bringing the life for our page. So let's begin. First thing, we have to define the let user data OTP timer, and OTP timer left is 2 minutes. Then we'll have this localhost running in 3000. Then we'll have a DOM containers. Then we'll initialize the application. So once it is done, so we'll bring the live to all the DOM contents what we have. So this is the event listener setup, which brings the live for our form. So this is a sign up form by submission. For this is OTP verification, registration, completion. For everything we are adding the JavaScript, so it brings the live for us. Then once it is clicked, what should be the next event? So for that we are writing this code, and for the logout we have given this, and for resending the OTP this, and for form validation, setup form validation, we have defined that. Then we'll go with next. The next thing is the form validation setup. So once you have defined the event listener thing, we'll go with form validation setup. So this uses the real-time form validations, password strength checkers, and email validation. Then we'll have check password strength, if it is medium, weak, or strong. Based on this only the CSS works, CSS animation works. So this and that is connected together. So once this is done, we'll go with check password, if it is matching or not matching. So I have given the code here, you can copy this. If it is correct in the green, it will show as password matches, else it will show password do not match. So once this is done, I'll go with email validation. So email must be validated because the OTP should be sent to a valid email address. So we need a valid email for that. So email validation should be done. Then sign up form validation. So whole sign up form validation, if it is filled only, we can complete the registration, or else we can't. That is why we have given submit button disabled. If one of these is also not met, the submit button will be disabled. Understood? We have done this thing. Then we will write the code for OTP setup. So setting the OTP inputs, we have this, you can copy it. Then once you have done with OTP setup, we are going with show overlay in the loading, and we have success animation for once OTP is done. And we'll have form navigation with animation with some of the delay having to show up the sign up form. Then show sign in OTP form. Once it's done, it should show the sign in OTP form. Then it should also we have coded for login OTP form, where it will also take some seconds to show, and it will show the login OTP form. Once you are done with that, we'll open the welcome page. So we have that welcome page. So for that, once the OTP login OTP is verified, this page should render. So we have done that. So we are hiding all the containers until the requirement is met. Then we'll reset the forms if required. We have option for resetting everything. Then we'll clear the OTPs once after it is used. Then we'll have OTP for time starter. So once the OTP is sent, the 2-minute time will start from here. For that we are writing the function code. So once that is done, send OTP to the email. For the to the registered email we are sending the OTP. For that we are calling the API calls, and we are using try catch block. If there is an error, it should send the error. And we have handle setup, sign in submit button. We have done this. Then we have code for sign up OTP verification handler. Same thing we'll have for registration handler. Then we have same thing for login submit handler. Then we'll have for login OTP verification handler. Then resend OTP handler. Suppose if OTP is not sent, this function will be triggered. And then logout handler. So for logout, if you log out, it should come back to the sign up page. Then utility function, error handling thing. Then the final part is starting our API calls. So don't worry about this part. This part I'll paste it in the code description, the video description. So this template you can copy it from my video description. So once this is done, we have finished with our JavaScript part. You can reload. You can see this. I'll fill something. See, password doesn't match. Suppose I have 1 2 3 4 5. You can see the button gets enabled. So once this is met only, this get enabled. So our JavaScript is functioning well. So we'll proceed to the next. So the final part is our server.js. So in the server.js, this is the backend. We are using Node. Suppose if you do not have Node, I request you to install it. So you can come to this official Node website and click on this to install. Okay, we have for Windows. You can even follow the steps given by Node.js, or you can just type node lts download, and you can download this from your official website. Once this is done, let's start with server.js. I'm defining all the functions which we had installed in the packages. Then we are using port 300. I have defined that middlewares, and we are using HTML, CSS, and JS. So I am using the directory part, and this API connects to HTML. So that is what we are adding index.html as our root path. Once this is done, we are rating our OTP request, and we have in-memory storage. Suppose if you are using for the production level, we can go with Redis. So here I am using in-map for local storage. Once that is done, we have email transporter for transporting the OTP from our mail to the user's mail. So what it does, in the environment you have defined your mail. From this mail, what it will do, it will send to the email user's mail. So that is what we are doing. Then we have code for generating 6-digit OTP, and we have defined the math function for that. Then we are writing the template for how OTP should be sent. So we are creating this how OTP should be sent. So let's change this background. So if you want, you can change this background to any format you need. That's not mandatory. You can change it to any format anytime. You can click on this, you can just click anywhere in the colors and you can change your background. What this is doing is it's just for email template. So when you open your email, you got this, right? This template, for that we are using that code. And then we have a footer for that. And make sure these things you take correctly, because I'll just zoom in, I'll just show. See, this is the back, so this is not an inverted comma. So make sure, or when you are using this, so type those things correctly. I'll reduce the font size so that code will be visible for you guys. Yes, you can copy this full now correctly, and make sure where to use when to open and when to close. See, this is the backslash. I have opened it here after return and I am closing it here. Okay, same way you have to do. So once you are done with this, let's proceed. I'll start with API routes. I'm going to health check the APIs. Then I have this send app.post thing I have for posting the API from this. So it will validate the email. It will check the email. If it is the valid email, it will generate the OTP. It will store for 2 minutes, and it will create a transporter and email options. It will verify the user's email and it will send the mail. If we are getting error, it will throw back the error not found. Then we will verify the OTP endpoints. We have the OTP endpoints. For that we will validate the input, check if OTP has expired, verify OTP. If it type matches, OTP is valid, remove it. If it is valid, remove it from the store. Then clean up the expired OTPs every minute. So if there is expired OTP, it should clear it every minute. Error handlings, 404 handler. If you are getting 404, this will handle that. Then again we'll start the server, so don't worry about this again. So if you have this template, I'll give it in my video description. So suppose if you know how to type this, you are good to go. Else this and this, both template I'll be giving it in my video description. Okay, once this is done, let's start running this. I'll close this. So I'll open my terminal, new terminal. In my new terminal, make sure you be in your path. So once it's done, just type npm init y, initialize it before it's done. So once this is done, npm start. So I'll close this, I'll open it again, I'll close this. Okay, just a second. I'll close this. Now I'll open. So you can see the server is ready. There is something opened here. I'll open my website. Okay, I'll bring that here. Localhost 3000. So it is loading, just a second, wait. What is the error? So the code is running here perfectly in our port. npm start js. Okay, oh, I have not defined it here, so just a second, I'll define this. This has to run. Actually, it has to run. There is some issue. Let me npm start. Okay, run. Localhost 3000. Yes, now it is running fine. Let me stop this and check. Start. Yes, it is running. There was some issue, that's why it did not run. Now it is running. I have stopped it and I have opened it with my correct thing itself. So I'll just, you can see, I'll stop this. I'll open my previous, I've stopped this also, and this is the thing what I was running in copy. So I'll just start npm start. I'll come and reload. Yes, it is working. I'll type my name. Let's test this. Pratham dev devcrafted.lbd@gmail.com 678. So password doesn't match, it will show like this. pm1234. Send the OTP. So if it is checking if OTP is sending. Once you open this, you can see 347033 347033. Verify your OTP. Okay, there is some error. Let's, oh okay, sorry, it was already open. This is the new OTP 544967. 544967. So make the difference. See here you are getting, thank you for signing up, use this part to verify your address. So this is the thing. When you log in, there is another template which will be occurring. So complete registration. Once the registration is completed, you will be redirecting to the login page. You can use dev. Sending an OTP. So now you can open your mail. You can check it is login verification. So the template has been changed. So OTP is 216533 216533. Once you verify, invalid OTP. What is this? 216533. Sorry, 553. 216553. Sign in. So once you are done, you will get welcome Pratham, you have successfully logged in. Here you can paste any of your content and you can use it. and you can, once you click on sign out, you will be redirected to this page. Thank you again. We will meet in the next video. Until then, happy learning.